Welcome to Pilates Native. Today's video is a hands and knees sequence that is specifically designed for hip and shoulder stabilization work. This video is very useful if you are currently dealing with pregnancy, wanting to get a little bit stronger or more stable through the shoulders, wanting to work a little bit stronger and more stable through the hips, or you're just getting started with your Pilates practice and you need to build a little bit of those foundational strengths. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is we want to come onto hands and knees, making sure that the knees are directly beneath the hips and that the hands are directly beneath the shoulders. Knees should be hip distance apart and hands should be shoulder distance apart. So from here, we're going to do what I like to call thoracic dips. So you're going to keep your arms straight and squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to do 8 of these, nice and smooth, just getting a nice squeeze, maintaining our neutral spine, which means we aren't arching or curving through the back. We aren't dumping the head. Nice and easy, we're going to move into cat and cows, making sure that we're really exhaling and moving through that thoracic spine for the cat and letting the eyes and the nose lead your cat and cows. The arms are going to stay straight as we do this, and as much as possible, you want to keep your knees and your hands in the position that they started in. We are only moving through the spine. Now, nice and easy, we're going to rock front to back, so from the head to the tail or towards the heels. Again, keeping the knees and the hands in their original position as we're rocking back and forth. These can be big rocks, they can be small rocks. The idea is just to work through where you are stable and have control. Now from here, we're going to start circling around, moving around in these big juicy circles, really opening up. If you have really tight wrists, you might feel this. You may need to do less, and that's okay. We're going to switch and go the other direction, working through about 8 circles in this direction on hands and knees. Nice and easy, just go ahead and fold back into a child's pose and let yourself take a deep breath here. Really trying to reach the fingertips and the tailbone away from each other. Good. We're going to reach both hands over to the right side. Again, we're reaching the right hands away from your left glutes. Switching over to the left side. Now we're reaching the left fingertips and the right glutes away from each other, really lengthening out through that side body. And again, just taking a few nice, long, deep breaths here, allowing the body to open up. Back onto hands and knees. Again, stabilizing into our position, and we're going to lift just your right hand, keeping everything else really stable. We are moving only through that right hand as we lift it up and down off your mat, moving on to the left, doing the same thing. Nice and easy, we lift and lower. Now hands are going to stay, one knee is going to stay. We're going to lift just one knee about 2 inches up off the ground, trying as much as possible to minimize movement in all directions except for that lifting of the knee. We are really pressing down in the hands to get a lift here. Shoulders are very active. The stabilizing knee, the knee that is on the ground, is really active. It's pushing down into the ground. You're back on all fours. You're going to take your right hand and reach it out in front of you, tapping the ground in front of you. Repeat on the other side, same thing, keeping everything else very stable. These are very isolated movements, so we're just moving through one limb at a time. We're going to move through the legs, so we're going to swing back just your left leg. Everything else is staying very stable. The hips are in the same position. Moving on to the right. Again, if you need to take a moment to stabilize, You can do that. If these feel very difficult, you can always do them against the wall. So the stabilizing leg, or the leg that's on the ground and not moving, would be against the wall or a couch. Now from here, if you'd like, you can switch positions to a fist, and we're going to open up, rotating open and rotating closed. And to the other side, same thing, opening up and then rolling the body closed as we do this version, a very dynamic version of thread the needle. Again, you're going to fold yourself back into child's pose. Just taking a deep breath here, letting the entire body settle, giving the shoulders a little bit of a break. Swooping over to the right side. Again, a few deep breaths here. Swooping over to that left side. Taking a few deep breaths here. Good. We're going to move back to center. And just go ahead and take your time coming up from there, and we are all done for today. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully you enjoyed this 5-minute hip and shoulder stabilization.